All right. Okay, so I'm slowly calling this series like Random Thoughts by Dan King, sitting somewhere random, which is usually what happens. I randomly think about these things and decide I want to make a video about them. So over a year ago, I made a video about how I felt like an imposter in this industry because I really felt like I didn't take a real conventional route to get to where I am today. Shortly after posting that video on YouTube, I actually had a friend and a mentor from my Army days reach out to me and say that he felt like I should pull that video off the internet because he really thinks that I put a lot of hard work in to get to where I am today. And just because my friends and peers might have done things differently doesn't detract from that hard work that I did have to put in. Now, I want to clarify that my feeling of imposter syndrome really centers around the fact that I was flying with a lot of captains who were post 9/11 and post 2008 recession captains who, in order to get to where they are now, had to work really hard for a lot less pay. Now, whether it be fate, timing, or luck, if you believe in that kind of thing, my route to get to where I am now has not been super stressful, and that's mainly because financially it hasn't been a burden because the Army really took care of a lot of the bills. And in terms of timing, which I think is important, I came in at a time when there was a big hiring boom, and I got in with good companies like SkyWest and NetJets that didn't require as many hours as they had in the past to get to that level. And so I do have that feeling of imposter syndrome, but I do want to emphasize the fact that I still had to work really hard to get to where I am today. And that's what I want to talk about today. 2 bits of advice for any aspiring aviators out there or for any current aviator who is in the industry and wants to say upgrade to a different company or perhaps just upgrade. This advice is for you as well. The first point that I want to bring up is that you have to work hard. There is no substitute for hard work, and I'm very pleased that in this industry, you still have to continually prove yourself. I oftentimes like to use this analogy when I'm talking about the hard work aspect of aviation. And whether you are an individual who works full-time, has 4 kids, and every extra minute and every extra dollar that you have goes towards your rating so that you can progress in the aviation world, or let's say you're an individual who is lucky enough that your parents were able to pay for your 4-year education at a college like Auburn or Liberty, and you're able to get all your ratings and basically your entire education to include your hours through that process. It doesn't matter how you come up, because at the end of the day, when you take an evaluation, that FAA examiner does not care. What they care about is, can you fly this plane? Your former background, your struggles, or perhaps the ease at which you went through any program does not matter, because at the end of the day, you're all arriving at that same point, and that's that you have to prove yourself that you are a competent crew member, knowledgeable aviator, and that you can actually do the job. And in that regard, aviation is very non-discriminatory. So my first bit of advice is work hard and continue to work hard. If you're smart, work hard. If you're like me and not so smart, work harder, but you gotta work. Number 2, don't miss out on a good opportunity right in front of you for a great opportunity that may never come. Now that I've been doing this flying thing for a while, I'll talk to a lot of younger people who want to get to where I am now, and they'll oftentimes ask me how to do that. And I think unfortunately a lot of them get hyper-focused on where they want to be in the end, and they'll look at their peers and see how they're doing it, and they think that's how I've got to get there. So for example, let's say that you're a flight instructor instructing students on the Cessna 172 at a flight school, and your end goal is to get to United. And you feel like the pathway is to, say, go to SkyWest for 2 years, upgrade, and then eventually make it to United. And you're doing this pathway because you know a bunch of people that have done this before you and it seemed to have worked. And so you apply to SkyWest and suddenly it's crickets. You don't hear anything for like over a month. So you continue to wait because you think that this is the pathway that you're supposed to take. So let's say that across the airfield from where you're an instructor, you've got a mom and pop charter company and they've got a Citation 10 and a King Air, and you've gotten to know the owners really well and they have offered you a job. Well, you're entering month 2 of waiting to hear back from SkyWest. You're tired of almost being killed every day by new students coming in to learn how to fly a Cessna 172, and so you decide to take the opportunity and fly for them. You get rated on 2 different aircraft, you make pilot and command super quickly, so you're getting a lot of PIC time, and next thing you know, after about 2.5 years of flying for them, you put in your application to United, you knock out the interview, and suddenly you've got a job at United. Meanwhile, your 5 other friends who are at SkyWest are still waiting to upgrade, have put in their application to all these legacy carriers to majors and haven't heard anything back, and you're on your way up the totem pole. Now, this may seem like an unrealistic scenario, but I have witnessed this multiple times across this industry. Now, there is a lot that goes into making these decisions, so I don't think it's as simple as saying, hey, it's black and white. But I would encourage you to really look at that and don't give up a good opportunity that's right in front of you to wait for a great opportunity that may never come. And so that's it. Number 1, work hard. Number 2, don't let good opportunities pass you by while you're waiting for great opportunities that may never come. Kind of anecdotally, for anyone who's been following this channel for a while, you'll know that I put out a video about 2 years ago in which I detailed how I quit aviation. I took a job for 9 months working at a university thinking that my aviation career was in the rearview mirror. Now, after 9 months, I realized pretty quickly that I had made a mistake and decided to get back into it and took a job with NetJets. And you know, when I applied to NetJets, I had a lot of people telling me that I should not do that because if I ever wanted to go to like a United or an American or a Delta, that the corporate aviation world would not get me there. But I think it's important to note that I did work hard and I didn't pass up a good opportunity at NetJets, a place that I truly loved, while I was waiting for a great opportunity that may never come. I just continued to grind to expand my aviation career, got a lot of great flying time on a Challenger 350 there at NetJets. It was awesome. And then that, and my experience at SkyWest, and of course some Army experience, all that, eventually led me to my dream job. And that is working for Delta. So keep grinding, and eventually you will get there. You just gotta work hard for it, and don't miss out on good opportunities. I'll see you on the next one. Today is the first day. So first flight done. It was awesome. I did mine yesterday, and I got what's called an incomplete, meaning that I have to do it again. And it went great. I passed. So now, like, I'm just cruising along like, all right. So the multi, 1 door, super stupid. So I just finished the in-dock test. It was a lot of work. Day 2 on yesterday of ground school. Monday I have like a hands-on validation. Tuesday I have what's called a flow or matrix validation. And then Wednesday's the big day. Wednesday I have my actual ground validation. So I start what are known as FTDs tomorrow. Okay, so I take the maneuvers validation today. I start what's called loft tomorrow. Today is the final day. It is my final check ride. I'm done! August 3rd, 2022, first day of training at Flight Safety. Okay, just finished day 1 of ground school here up in Columbus with NetJets, specifically through Flight Safety. Day 5. Today's day 9. I have my oral exam today. Just had my oral today, went super well. So now I am on to the sims tomorrow. So today was sim 1. And it went awesome. Today starts sim number 5 of 8 for us. It is my second to last day. Check ride was yesterday. I don't know. I guess I got so excited to be done, I forgot to sit here and just record something. It's my last week, obviously, at NetJets, and I am just doing some learning stuff with Delta. Today is the day. I started my first day at Delta. The 6th of February. 2024. Really last day of big time in-dock stuff. Tomorrow we have the wing pinning ceremony. Over here studying. Just me by myself. It's like week 2 here at Delta. So I've been here for 16 days and I'm in my 3rd official week. The 26th of March, I just had the final class / sim session that I'll have before my maneuvers validation. All right, sim evaluation is happening right in there. I don't know, I guess I'm doing this for posterity's sake. I want to be able to look back on this and think about what I've been doing.